Hey, welcome back to the channel, folks. Now, my oldest son and his wife got this book for me last Christmas, I think. And they know I love history, and I love the history of motorcycles, and actually all motorcycles, but the Harley one, to me, is especially interesting. It's not just that I enjoy looking at the motorcycles and see kind of where we've been as far as motorcycle design and where kind of we ended up to today. And but I think it's more than that. I think Harley, in every iteration of especially the touring bikes, reflects what society was doing and where they were going at the time. And I'm sure you all saw the 2024 release of the new Harleys, and I'm not going to talk about it. Every YouTuber in the world has talked about it. You don't need me to just rehash what they've done. Go watch the video. Harley put out a great video, and it's really nice. It doesn't really say anything, but there's a few interesting things in there, but it shows the culture. Which brings me to a question. This book shows me where we've been, but where are we going? So I stayed and I watched the whole premiere release that Harley did, and you know, they had Mike Wolf in there. They had Two Lane Life. I think Two Lane's been in. Oh, this is like the fourth or fifth one they've been in. And I got to looking at that new technology and how our culture has just changed, and what we expect now in a motorcycle, rather than seeing motorcycles of the past that stirred your soul. There was just something about those designs. The last video I did, I showed a friend of mine, Sarah. She was riding a Deuce, and they only produced that bike for, I think it was 4 years. But that bike, I don't know what it does to me, but every time I see it, I just want to have that bike. They don't make anything like that anymore. And I sure would like to get my hands on one. You know, they're only about $5 or $6 grand now to get them in decent shape. Hers was in phenomenal shape. I don't even know you can put a price on that one. But now we're looking at this generation of motorcycle. And I'm thinking they are looking at this younger generation. I'm talking about younger. I'm talking about, you know, people who can afford these things, who are maybe in their 40s, 30s and 40s. Oh, I hate it when someone starts their car. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Anyway, this new generation is entirely different. And you know, guys like me, I mean, I'm probably on my last motorcycle. This one's is about as advanced as I'm going to get. But I guess there's some other riders that really enjoy that tech. But it is becoming all about the specs and all about the tech. And I'm not saying that the new CVO and all these other bikes aren't really good-looking bikes. They are. Their CVO is just a really sexy machine, and can't deny that. You know, I went to Wheels Through Time just to be around the old bikes. Because, you know, they represent generations of American society and where we were at the time. And what kind of worries me is that now we're in this AI and high tech and GPS. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's where we are now as a society. This whole thing reflects what we're doing as a culture. And it might be a little disturbing that we've come this far. And, you know, Elon Musk is putting chips in people's brains, and AI has kind of taken over the world. And now we've got smart motorcycles, which have been coming along. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that is a reflection of the culture today and shows how far we've come. And you can judge a society, I think this society, by its motorcycles. And each one has something different to say, each generation, about that culture and where we were at the time. You know, in the 1930s, and we first got the knucklehead. Of course, we're talking about the Bonnie and Clyde era. The Ford V8 had just come out, and that's what that was all about. And they really do reflect those times. The 50s and the panhead, and the shovelhead in the 60s and 70s, I think. Would I like to have a new CVO? I don't know, maybe. A lot of technology. But this thing suits me just fine. In fact, it's a beautiful day today, and I just may take it for a short ride to close this out. You know, we don't get too many days like this in Florida. 70 degrees, blue sky. Enough to put on a jacket, go for a ride, and come to places like this. This is the Upper Manatee River. Flows into the Gulf. Beautiful spot. To me, this is what riding my bike is about. It isn't about riding fast. It isn't about going to bike nights. It's about coming to places like this. You know, I hope this next generation doesn't get too caught up in that technology so they don't appreciate places like this. Because riding is, it's more than technology. It's more than riding fast. It's being able to escape. And places like this do it for me.